En mars 2016, Haywyre était de passage à Montréal pour la première fois. Nous étions là pour l'accueillir et voici ce qu'il avait à nous dire. Haywyre, how's it going?
Not too bad.
Not too bad. How was the trip?
It was longer than I thought it was going to be.
Where'd you come from exactly?
Vancouver.
First time in Montreal?
Yes, sir.
Is this your first solo tour?
I have done a couple before, but this is the first time doing headlining tour with hard ticket sales.
Okay.
So it's always been soft tickets up until now. So that's actually been a really cool experience.
I guess.
It's been very different.
I recall you actually opened for Zed, Grammatic, Matzo.
Mm-hmm.
How was that?
All three were awesome and learning experiences for sure.
Take care of yourself.
Awesome,
Enjoy
thank you.
Montreal.
Thanks.
Bye.
We'll do our best. Thank you. Look at you.
I started taking lessons when I was about 6 years old. My parents enrolled me in classical piano lessons, and then I took lessons my entire life since then. And once I moved to Wisconsin, when I was about 14 years old, I started taking jazz piano lessons instead. And then once I got to college, I started studying both, so classical and jazz, for about 3 years. Well, I don't know, I find like a lot of the other musicians that I had been surrounding myself with at the time, we just liked trying out new things, you know? And even before I was even enrolled in piano lessons, my dad had an electronic keyboard on which I could loop and jam out with different sounds. And so I think it was something that I'd already been interested in for a long time, but never really pursued until I started messing with DAWs and, you know, just software in general. In terms of VSTs, I always I go through phases, you know. A lot of times I'll reuse old ones that I haven't used in a long time, and then on occasion a friend will introduce me to a new VST that just came out, and you know, sometimes they stick, sometimes they don't. So I really use like a completely random combination of stuff, you know. Essentially, the way it works is that you know, I have my own tracks, and then I have other people's tracks that I play out. And with my tracks, I just export them without all the lead instruments. That way, you know, I can just perform them live, which is kind of the whole point. And I have about 10 to 12 different VSTs and like sample groups and stuff that I trigger live. And then I have you know, some effect groups on the master and on my synths, so I can affect those independently. Outside of what I'm doing in terms of performance, then for this tour, what's new is the visual aspect. We hired a company to create some visuals for us, and the same artist that made the artwork for the album ended up being involved with all the art that we ended up getting animated for the show. So that was really cool, and I'm excited about how it turned out. And then we also have been splicing that with live camera feed. It's been really cool to try to present a more memorable experience. And I think it's easier for people to see the value in my music when they can see me performing from no matter where they are in the room.
It's so cool to see so many people coming out for my first show.
That was a big problem I had, especially when I was in Asia, for example, when I'm playing in front of like 13,000 people, then the people, like even just after the 6th row, people will hear this solo happening and they don't know, like, you know, where's this coming from, you know? I mean, sure, they can kind of like see the keyboard, but you know, I'm just like this tiny figure on stage. So it's good to have the visual aspect kind of pushing the auditory aspect, you know.
Do you actually know about this place?
I
Ever heard
I
about the
don't.
Belmont?
Sounds like you want to tell me about it though.
Well, it's actually the central place for electronic music in Montreal for like the last at least 6 or 7 years.
You're kidding?
Have you ever heard of Cannibal Records?
I have. Yep.
That's where it all started.
No way.
Yeah. The people are probably going to go nuts tonight.
That's really cool. I could be more stoked.
It's a really fun place to be, so I'm hoping you'll have an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, man, I'm excited.
It's been a pleasure.
I got high expectations now. They better meet him.
You're not escaping this.
I'm not escaping this. My finger's gonna be like slipping off.
Cheers to you, brother! Montreal! Poutine! The Swagwire.
Swagwire.
Swagwire! Puts in wire! Slugwire! Slugwire!